What's up, everyone? Just bringing you another Evo vlog today. Been really enjoying doing these vlogs again. It just feels good to get back in the swing of things. This is the most filming I've ever done in a week in a very long time, which is sad to say. But I am running on low battery, so I'm praying it doesn't die on me. But I want to talk about a few things that are going on recently in the Evo community, and pretty much me tracking the Evo. That's a really big topic on Evo forums recently. There's been about 3 threads in the past month, which doesn't seem like a lot, but they're pretty long threads. There's also going back and forth, and people just talking about first of all, the validity of the power that my car is making, which, I expect that. If I go into a forum and I say even 580 Mustang dyno or the 670, 668 dyno jet, on the stock motor, it's gonna raise a little bit of suspicion here and there, but I expect that. But it is what it is. And to be honest with you, before I had this done on my stock motor, and I had, if you guys remember my buddy's car that he now sold, it was a 630 wheel dyno jet on the stock motor, and I just had a really hard time believing that. I thought there was no way it was possible, and he was just lying, and he had a built motor. So it's one of those things where until you actually have it done yourself, it is hard to believe, guys. So I don't fault anybody for that, and it's just, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's like you either believe what I'm telling you guys or you don't, and either way, it's okay. It's just, it doesn't really benefit me much if you guys believe me or not. It's just kind of, I don't really get anything out of it, I guess. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was saying that if you guys don't believe me, that's fine. It's just the problem is when people keep going back and forth and pushing and pushing and pushing, and they just will not give up, and then they start getting kind of just rude about it, is where I start to have an issue with it. Because it's just okay, look guys, it's my car, so I can tell you it's making 300 horsepower, I can tell you it's making 800 horsepower, I can tell you it's making 1,000 horsepower. At the end of the day, it does not matter. The only thing that really matters is how the car performs, what numbers it puts down if you go to the drag strip or track, how you can drive the car. So I thought I actually heard something weird with the car. Yeah, numbers are just numbers. So the only real way to prove how fast your car is to get down to a drag strip, do a quarter-mile drag, and see what your times are. That's really the only real way to see how fast your car is. There's people that have 380 horsepower stock turbo Evos that run faster than people that have big turbos. So it all depends on the driver, the track. There's tons of variables, which leads me to my next point. On this forum, people are just oh, post this, post that. You should go pay $100 to go get your car dynoed on an actual dyno jet, when the dyno jet numbers that I give you guys are already confirmed. The 15% increase from Mustang dyno to dyno jet is confirmed. So it's why am I going to spend my own money to get my car re-dynoed, put the stress on my car, and just to prove to somebody on the internet that I'll never probably meet in real life, oh, forgot about that dip, just to prove to them that my car puts down what I say it does on a dyno jet. If you guys want to pay for it, that's maybe something to consider, but still the stress on my car and just the time out of my day, and I just really don't care too much at the end of the day. Like I said, I only care when people just will not leave me alone about it, and just really start to kind of come after and use just names and stuff like that, and just kind of get really just rude and snobby about it. That's when I started having an issue with it. But like I said, I will not be tracking this car probably for a while, because people are oh, you should just go right now, just drag it, whatever, who cares? At the end of the day, I'm the one stuck with the bills for this car. I'm the one paying for the car. Everything is paid for by me. So unless somebody wants to, cough up money to have me fix something that might break when I'm at the track, it's it doesn't really matter to me, because I personally, before I ever take this car to a drag strip, there's a few things I need to do. I need to do one, I'd prefer to build up the drivetrain a little bit. 2, I'd like to build the motor, preferably. But the most important reason why I haven't gone to a drag strip yet is the risk of me breaking something. Now, all comes down to me as a driver. I'll be the first one to admit I don't have a lot of experience launching all-wheel drive cars, let alone high horsepower all-wheel drive something, I fried my clutch, and it just was not a good experience for me. I can launch rear-wheel drive cars like the M3 all day long, no issues, perfect launches. But when it comes to all-wheel drive, I just am not familiar with it. I just get freaked out by the like launch control and two-step. It just, I don't know, I just am not good at it. I'll be the first one to admit it. So I really am not too keen on learning how to launch my car at the current power level. I'd rather learn on another car or just not do it and do roll racing like shift sector and stuff like that. And you know, some people may think that's stupid, but it's my car and I can do whatever I want with it. I can never race the car. I can be like some of the exotic collectors who just buy a car and just let it sit in a garage for years on end, and they put 20 miles on it every 6 months. You know, I could do that. It's just, it does not matter what I do with my car, and that's why it just drives me crazy when people just feel like they're so entitled to give me their strong opinions that, oh, I'm doing this wrong, I'm doing that wrong, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that. And it's so stupid, because it's like if I go to the drag strip and fry my clutch, or if I break something on my my T case or something, oh god, that was horrible. You know, I'm the one stuck with that bill, and these parts are really expensive, especially when I'm trying to build up my business right now. I'm really not interested in having to replace my clutch when it could have been easily avoided, or something on my drivetrain. You know, if something does happen, then it happens, and I'll have to address it as it comes. But, you know, I'm not just gonna like, me going to the drag strip, I feel like, would be putting my risk of breaking something up by a ton. So, anyway, guys, I'm pulling in. I have to go drop something off right now. I'll be right back to finish my thought. Alright, guys, that didn't take me too long. So, as I was saying, I was just talking about the drag strip and stuff, but, you know, there's other kinds of tracks that people ask about me going to, like road courses, like Big Willow, Button Willow, Laguna Seca, all these kinds of tracks. And most people that ask about that are people that are supporters and are not just trying to like ruffle my feathers. Can't even talk. And the reason I'm not going to do that with the Evo right now is because it's not built for that. This car was built with the design of it being like a straight line, like I said, shift sector type car, like roll racing, and just primarily like roll racing, and just being like a kind of a show car at the same time. I just am not skilled enough right now to launch the car and do dig racing. There's also a limited number of events that you can even go to do that, and it's not something I'm ready to get into at the moment. With road course, the car, like I said, is not set up. I would get fuel starvation in the turns for sure. I would need to get a surge tank and a few other things done. I would definitely build my motor before I ever thought about even taking this car onto a road course, because I would just be begging for issues if I tracked the car as is on the track. You know, I have the M3 for tracking. It's like after you track a car, you really understand the wear and tear that goes, you know, onto the car. It's like, it really is hard on the car. I mean, even if you know what you're doing, just like everything gets abused, like your brakes, your tires, your suspension, your transmission, your motor, just everything gets abused. And it's like, you know, that's why I still strongly believe that having a dedicated track car is a good idea if you're looking to track regularly. But yeah, it's crazy, guys, because, you know, I've posted dyno sheets, I've posted, we've now posted vlogs. I mean, it's like, at one point, I just need to, I guess, just let it go and just forget about it. But I pretty much just wanted to give my side of things and let you guys know, you know, will I be tracking the Evo? Like, why don't I? And just, if you're on those forums and you happen to see these posts, now you have some sort of idea as to what my mindset is, my mentality behind doing these things, and why I'm not tracking it or doing whatever. You know, when it comes to the numbers, like I said in the beginning of the video, it is what it is, guys. You can either believe me or you cannot believe me. People that have seen the car in person know that it's what I say it is. I mean, the car puts in work on the street and in the roll races that it has done. Puts in work, and it performs how it should relative to the numbers that I advertise. So as long as the car performs like how it should, that's all I really care about. Like I mentioned to you guys, one issue that I have is my tires. My tires are extremely poor grip. They're like a 500 treadwear hand-cooped tire. I need to get new ones, and having the little negative camber that I do in the front is not helping grip either. So I need to get all that addressed, and then the car will start to perform even better. But in the meantime, I have deflated them slightly, and it feels better. hooks better, but still not the same level of performance that like a better tire would give me. So I definitely, need to get that addressed, because some of you guys have mentioned that in my videos of me doing pulls and stuff, the car doesn't quite look like it's as fast as it should be, and I agree 100%. And that is because the car is spinning. I've even had people question me spinning the tires, like, oh, it's impossible, you're not spinning the tires. It's like, it's impossible. Like, I mean, I'm the one driving the car. Anybody who has been in the car when I do a pull knows that I'm spinning tires. It's really, really clear that I am. And it's just, I should be. Like, the tires I have in the car were bought when I first got the car, and I bought them with the idea of just having something just to get me by, and then if I ended up ever doing a build like this, or keeping the car long term, which I am, then I'll go ahead and get a better tire from there. So that was my mindset behind that, and it's just now that I'm at that point, I need to get new tires, but right now I'm focusing on the M3, so it's just taking a back seat. The tires are still okay enough to drive on, that is not good for doing pulls. So if I just keep my foot out of it for a little while, then I can save a little bit of money for now until I'm ready to, invest into the car again. So, like I said, guys, I hope this addressed a lot of your questions and concerns, and I think that I really, covered everything in the video I wanted to. This is by no means, me being butthurt or anything. Like I said, it just bothers me when people go out of their way to try to make somebody look stupid, or they're like know-it-alls on a forum. It just really bothers me. So, like I said, this doesn't pertain to most of you. It's just very few people, and one person in particular that keeps on just not dropping the subject. And, that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything done to the car, my build, my process, feel free to hit me up. I've actually run into quite a few of you at meets down in SoCal, and I've a few Evo owners that have asked advice and stuff, which is awesome. I love helping you guys out, and I'm trying to point you guys on a good direction for modding. So that's pretty much the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.